We can defeat death. We can achieve every doctor's dream.
What's my ideal horror movie? Decent story, lots of creepy things, good makeup and visual effects, and some random nudity or two. Sue me, I'm a dude. So, does Re-Animator fill all these voids? Let's find out. I'm Meffistoe. Like, share, and subscribe because this is my review of the movie Re-Animator. Re-Animator is based on an old novel written by H.P. Lovecraft, and although it has some interesting concepts, it does not have a Cthulhu monster. The story starts at Zurich as Herbert West reanimates his own professor with devastating results. West, of course, blames it on the dosage, stating that,
"I gave him life."
West travels to the US and joins as a medical student in the Miskatonic University. He sublets a room from a fellow medical student called Dan Kane. No, I said Dan Kane. West also takes upon himself to convert the basement into his own personal laboratory. West and Kane are both being tutored by Dr. Carl Hill. While Kane is a quiet and avid learner, West questions everything and does whatever he can to piss off Hill.
How can you teach such drivel? These people are here to learn and you're closing their minds before they even have a chance.
What are you here for, Mr. West?
Kane is at a bit of a pickle because his girlfriend and fiancée is Megan, the dean's daughter.
What the hell is this?
That is none of your business.
Yeah, I think it is my
This is none of my business that you're sleeping with Dean Halsey's daughter.
Things get really complicated as Kane asks West too many questions, and West is obligated to show him the Re-Animator serum and try it on a dead cat.
West, stop! I'll show you. Then you'll help me.
No!
Yes, you will.
When that goes awry, West convinced Kane to help him break into the morgue and try a modified serum on the human corpses.
Just find another one.
No, we do not have time. All we need tonight is a specific conscious reaction.
As I am not a big fan of the horror genre, and I was too young to watch this movie even on rental when it came out, I only saw this movie last year. I didn't know that one of my favorite character actors plays the lead role of Herbert West. I knew Jeffrey Combs from the TV show Star Trek, where he played many different alien parts throughout the years and throughout different series. Combs is such a great actor, and he's got this aura around him that just gives you the creeps. Even though in the Re-Animator he basically plays the lead role, he is not really your hero. He manages to make you both hate West and love West at the same time. He is arrogant, self-righteous, but he's...
You're here about the apartment.
Yes.
Didn't we meet this morning? You're,
West. Herbert West.
also truthful and direct. Combs, as West, is one of those guys who keeps pushing the envelope of technology at the cost of everything and being an asshole to everyone around him because he thinks he knows better than them. Sort of like a modern Dr. Frankenstein, but he doesn't piece the bodies together. He just reanimates them.
I'm surprised.
No, I've seen it. He brought back a dead animal, a cat, back to life.
To be fair, the rest of the cast isn't really something special, maybe except for Barbara Crampton, who leveraged the success of this movie into a big career in other horror films, mostly due to her willingness to be naked in them. But to be fair, she doesn't really come off as the ditzy blonde in this movie. I have to give props to the guy who made the makeup effects, a gentleman by the name of John Nolan, who took a lot of inspiration from the Cook County morgue to create his effects, and he specifically wanted the corpses to look as real as humanly possible. And he stated that this is the most gruesome movie he ever worked on. Nolan added that Re-Animator was also the most bloody movie he worked on, with about 20 plus gallons of fake blood used in the entire project.
Obviously, the human dosage factor is unknown. Increasing the dosage 20 cc's of reagent.
Herbert, let's go!
No!
It is safe to say that this movie has a few versions of it because of the MPAA rating, specifically aimed for the home video section, where the movie had to be tuned down just a little bit to avoid the X rating, because this one does not hold back. The movie is very gory and very realistic. Its themes are very graphic and disturbing, especially for 1985. If you would compare this movie to Saw or Terrifier, it would likely seem tame, but the sensibilities have changed over the years. What I like about it most is the fact that it manages to be creepy and disturbing even without showing you gore or nudity, but when it does, it takes it to a whole new level. Even in this review, I have to be careful on what I can show and what I can cut in because of YouTube's sensibilities. I will happily recommend this movie to anyone who wants to dive into the spooky season or to just take their first steps into the horror horror genre. There isn't really a dull moment in this movie, which is great. The story moves along, there are some twists and turns to keep you on the edge of your seat, and the acting from Combs is just superb, and he carries it through the movie. And even the score that accompanies this movie was great. I hardly get a chance to mention any score in any of my reviews, but when we did a full podcast on this movie about a year ago, in my research notes, I wrote down that the score sounds very similar to Hitchcock's Psycho. And when I rewatched it again for this review, I remembered to listen to it, and it does take an inspiration from it. And maybe that is the thing that adds a little bit of extra something to the weirdness feeling you get throughout this film.
Though derivative of Dr. Gruber's research in the early 70s. So derivative, in fact, that in Europe it's considered plagiarized.
I thank you for watching, and remember, hope is a good thing, maybe even the best of things, and no good thing ever dies. I'll see you on the next video.